Right. Good afternoon, everybody. I welcome you all to another live English session, which is conducted by the Zonal Education Office Chilau. Uh, right now, we have near 250 students. But before start the lesson, I would like to remind you to subscribe our Chilau Zonal English channel in YouTube. So you will be able to go through some lessons that we previously did, and you can get some knowledge from that. So please subscribe our Chilau Zonal English channel. Right, let's go to the lesson today. Right, today I'm going to today I'm going to teach the competency 5, extract necessary information from various types of texts. And the competency level 5.1 uses visual clues to derive the meaning of text. පාඩම visual clues use කරලා අපි කොහොමද text එකක meaning එක ගන්න use කරන්නේ කොහොමද කියන එක. Right. First, there's a small activity before we do the lesson, right? Today there are a lot of activities that we can do. So I will give you a small activity first. Now look at the picture and underline the correct answer, right? So I have given you 6 pictures here, and there's a question under that. So first read the question and look at the picture. So you can then select the correct answer and underline it. Take a piece of paper and just write the correct answer, right? You can take a screenshot of this slide, and later you can write them down in a book. Now just write the answer. I will give you 1 or 2 minutes. It's a very small activity, simple activity. Right, let's discuss the answers. Look at the first one. Look at the first one. What are they doing? What are they doing? You can see a picture of a picture of some children, and we can see they are playing football, right? They are playing football. So you have given 3 answers. They are sleeping, they are playing, and they are writing. So we can get the first answer, they are playing, right? First answer, they are playing, right? Next one, when was the meeting held? You can see a picture of a meeting. There are some people, right? They are in a meeting, and we can see a part of a calendar, May 4th. So the question is, when was the meeting held? Meeting එක කවද්ද තිබ්බේ? There are three questions. It was held in main hall. It was held in 10th January. It was held on 4th May, right? So we can see according to this calendar, the meeting was held on 4th of May. So the answer for the second picture, second question is the third one. It was held on 4th of May. Next one, third picture, you can see a child running behind a bus. And the question is, why is the boy running? Why is the boy running? So there are another three answers. To catch the dog, to catch the bus, to catch the train. So it is clear that the boy is running to catch the bus. Second answer. Next one, fourth question. Where are the children playing? Right? Where are the children playing? So you can see the children are playing in a children's park, right? So there are three answers. They are playing in the park, they are playing in the school, they are playing in the beach. So the answer is for the fourth question is first one. They are playing in the park. Next one, who is in the office? Who is in the office? We can see a person who is sitting on at a table, and we can see the board principal. So who is in the office? He is our class teacher, he is our principal, he is our mother. And the answer is for the fifth question is second one, he is our principal. And next one, how do they go to school? How do they go to school? ඒගොල්ලෝ කොහොමද ඉස්කෝලේට යන්නේ? How do they go to school? So there are three options, three answers: by bus, on foot, by bicycle. In this picture, we can see there are two boys. They are going to school by bicycle. So the answer for the third question is by bicycle. Right. These are the answers for the first activity. And now let's go to another activity in our lesson. Right. So, today our competency level is deriving meaning by using picture clues, right? The meanings of words. So here in this activity, I have given you 5 pictures, right? I have given you 5 pictures and I have given the words related to those pictures. And so you have to select the correct word for the relevant picture. අදාළ පින්තූරට ගැලපෙන වචනය ඕගොල්ලෝ සිලෙක්ට් කරලා ලියන්න ඕන, right? ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ පේපර් එකේ අංක දාලා අදාළ වචන ටික ලියන්න. I will give you, I will enable the chat to put the answers. So now you can put the answers in the chat. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Let's discuss the answers now. Right, thank you very much for your answers. Right. Uh, I will disable the chat. Okay, thank you very much for your answers, and let's go to the activity. Let's discuss it. The first word is an archaeologist. Archaeologist. Second one, chopsticks. Chopsticks. Third one, a mammoth. A mammoth. Fourth one, a thatched house. A thatched house. And last one, an audience. An audience, right? The first picture, we can see a picture of a mammoth, right? A picture of a mammoth, an extinct animal. වඳ වෙලා ගිය සතෙක්, mammoth කෙනෙක්. So the first answer is a mammoth. First answer is a mammoth. Second one, uh, you can see a picture of an audience. There are a lot of people in a hall, so we call them an audience. So the second answer is an audience. Prekshakyan Pirsak, right? Prekshakyan, audience. Third picture, uh, you have learned this part in the third unit, I think, the tools that we use to eat, right? In Japanese culture, in Japan, we can see these tools, and they use these tools to take their meals, right? And we call them chopsticks. Chopsticks. Third one, chopsticks. Next one, fourth picture, you can see a picture of a person uh, who is digging the ground for searching something. And we call this person an archaeologist, Puravidyajna, right? Archaeologist, Puravidyajna. Puravidyaව සම්බන්ධව කටයුතු වල නිරත වෙන කෙනාට අපි කියනවා archaeologist කියලා. Archaeology කියලා කියන්නේ පුරාවිද්‍යාවට, right? Archaeology. Puravidyajna, archaeologist. Right. The fifth picture, you can see a small house with a roof of straws, and we called it a thatched house. Piduru sevili karapu niwasak, right? A thatched house. Fifth picture. Right. Okay. I think you may have written the answers. Now let's move to the third activity. Third activity. Right. All are picture related activities. So in this activity, you have to match the signs with the phrases, with the sentences related to them, right? And match them. There are 5 signs. You may have seen these signs on your way. So match the signs with the sentences and please put the number in the correct box. නිවැරදි අංකය බලන්න දාන්න අදාළ box එකේ. I will enable the chat again so you can put the answers. Just put the numbers. Right, that's good. Okay, we have some good responses from our students. Thank you very much. And here we use picture clues to get the meaning of the words or phrases, right? So you can use these picture clues to identify what these sentences are telling, right? There are 5 sentences. They tell us what these signs tell us, right? Indicate us. Right. Okay, let's go to the answers. Let's discuss the answers. Thank you very much again for your answers and responses. Right, I will disable chat. All right, now look at the first sign. And here you can see some 3 signs with red background and another 2 signs with yellow background. Usually we use red background, right? Like this. Here, the first one, third one, and fourth one, right? Yellow, red background to warn for something, right? To warn. අපි අනතුරක් අඟවන්න නම් අපි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අවධානය ගන්න සයින් එකක් නම් සංඥාවක් නම් අපි විශේෂයෙන් රතු පාට බෑග්ග්‍රවුන්ඩ් එක තමයි තියෙන්නේ, right? Look at this one, first one, third one, and fourth one, right? Okay, let's discuss what are they. And the first one, don't use mobile phones. Don't use mobile phones. Here we can see a picture of a mobile phone and there's a line across it. So the fourth picture relates with it, right? Fourth picture, don't use mobile phones. Next one, men at work. Men at work, minisun වැඩ, right? On roads, we can see this sign. So the second answer is the second picture, right? Second picture is the correct one. Second picture is the correct one. Right. Third one, pedestrian crossing ahead. Padika maruwa idiriyen. Right. Pedestrian crossing is ahead. Padika maruwa idiriyen. So we can get the fifth picture, right? We can get the fifth picture. And next one, unguarded railway crossing. Unguarded railway crossing. අනාරක්ෂිත දුම්රිය හරස් මග කියන තේරුම. අනාරක්ෂිත, right? ගේට්ටුවක් නොමැති දුම්රිය හරස් මාර්ගයක්, right? So we can see a picture of a train and it is the answer. Third picture, right? Third picture. Fifth one, don't blow the horn. නලාව නාද කරන්න එපා. Don't blow the horn. We can see this sign in front of hospitals, courts, right? So the first one is the correct answer. First one. Right. Now let's go to another activity related to our competency level. Here, in this activity, you can see some pictures, right? And there are 3 pictures and there's a dialogue in each picture, right? There's a dialogue with each picture. So you have to complete the dialogue by using the given words, right? Go through the picture first, then use the words in these boxes and complete the blanks. පින්තූරේ දිහා බලලා මේ box එකේ තියෙන වචන භාවිතා කරලා හිස්තැන් පුරවන්න අදාළ dialogue එකේ. Right, I will enable the chat again so you can put the answers there. write down answers in your paper, on your paper, so you can see them later. Take a screenshot of these activities, then later you can write them down in your writing book, right? Okay, thank you very much for your responses. Right, many of you are giving answers for the questions. I will give you another 1 or 2 minutes. Right, let's discuss the answers. It seems that you have written all the answers for this activity. Right. I will disable the chat. Thank you very much for your answers again. Uh, let's discuss answers for this activity. Right. First one, Nama says, what is your hobby? What is your hobby? And everyone says, my hobby is. And we can see a picture of a boy who is so the first answer is swimming. My hobby is swimming. Then Namal says, where do you practice? Where practice karane koheda? And one says, I swim in the river. I swim in the river. Mama gange tamai pinanne. I swim in the river. Next one, Sarda, who is standing there? Kawuda atana hitagana inne? Who is standing there? Then Sunet replies, he is a policeman. He's a policeman. We can see the picture of a policeman here. So he is a policeman. And Sarda asks, why does he look, right? And when we look at his appearance, we can see he is in an angry mood. So he's not happy. So we can get the answer. Why does he look angry? Why does he look angry? Then Sunet replies, he would have missed a thief. Right? He would have missed a thief. Right, next one, attendant. And there's a picture of a hospital. There's a doctor and another patient is there. Then attendant asks, where is the doctor? The nurse says, he is in the ward. He is in the ward. In the ward decay, right? In the ward decay, ward to him. Then attendant asks, what is he doing? What is he doing? So we can see he is examining a patient. He is examining a patient. Ledek balamin inno, right? Ledek balamin inno. He is examining a patient. Okay, mark your answers before we go to the next slide, next activity. Now we did few activities related to our competency level. We use pictures to get the answers, to get the meanings. Right, let's go to the next slide. Okay, and I will, before go to the next activity, I hope to introduce some parts of a graph, right? In O-level paper also, you will have a graph to describe. The O-level paper එකේ ඔයගලන්ට එනවා graph එකක් describe කරන්න. Question number 14 වල second paper එකේ, right? So මේක ගොඩක් වැදගත් වෙනවා. How can we describe a graph? Before we describe the graph, we should identify the parts of a graph, right? graph එකක තියෙන කොටස් අපි identify කරගන්නවා කොහොමද graph එකකින් අපි represent කරන්නේ data, right? So we should pay our attention on that one, right? So before the next activity, I would like to introduce how we can identify the parts of a graph, right? And here in this picture you can see a bar graph, right? Bar graph. These are the bars. These are the bars of this graph, and they indicate the data, right? They indicate the data. And this graph shows the favorite sports of Royal College. Uh, this graph shows the favorite sports of the students of Royal College, right? So here in the graph, we can identify, we can see two axes, right? Two axes. This axis, right? This axis, we call this one horizontal axis, Tiras Akshaya, or x-axis. In mathematics, we call this one x-axis. In English, we say horizontal axis. English horizontal axis kila, Tiras Akshaya, right? So in this axis, we represent the types of data, right? Here in this graph, you can see the games, the sports that students like in Royal College. And here, look at this one, this picture, cricket, next one, rugby, third one, football, next one, LA, next one, volleyball, right? And this axis, it is vertical axis. It is vertical axis or y-axis. In mathematics, we say y-axis. In English, we call it vertical axis. English la make a vertical axis. Siras Akshaya, right? Siras Akshaya, vertical axis. Right. According to this bar graph, we can see student like cricket most. අපිට මේ bar graph එක අනුව පේනවා ශිෂ්‍ය වැඩියම කැමති cricket වලට, right? So we can use these two words to describe that. Most or maximum, right? Most වැඩිපුරම, right? Maximum. මේ කියන words දෙක අපිට පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන් වැඩියෙන්ම කැමති data එක ගැන විස්තර කරන්න, right? Most and maximum. Next one, rugby, right? Rugby වල තමයි ශිෂ්‍ය අඩුවෙන්ම කැමති. Rugby තමයි අඩුවෙන්ම කැමති. So we can describe that data by using these two words, least or minimum, right? Least or minimum. මෙන්න මේ කියන words දෙක use කරලා අපිට අඩුම data එක describe කරන්න පුළුවන්. හරි? And here in this picture, in this graph, we can see these two sports, football and LA, right? Equal number of students like it. සමාන සංඛ්‍යාවක් තමයි මේ දෙකටම කැමති, right? Equal number. සමාන සංඛ්‍යාවක් දෙකටම කැමති. හරි? And this one, volleyball, we can see nearly 12 students like it. So අපිට use කරන්න පුළුවන් more එහෙම නැත්නම් less කියන words දෙක මේක compare කරන්න. Data compare කරන්න. අපිට පුළුවන් cricket, students like cricket more than volleyball. Students like cricket more than volleyball. Students like LA less than volleyball, right? So more නැත්නම් less කියන words use කරන්න පුළුවන් comparison වලට compare කරන්න data. හරි. ඒතකොට ඔයගලන්ට මේ කියන විස්තරය හම්බ වෙනවා grade 11, right? Grade 11 and 10 you have to describe a graph, right? You have to describe a graph. So there you should use these words, right? To describe it. Right. Now, let's move to a question. Let's move to a question of a bar graph, right? Data represent karna graph hai question era api yamu balan. Right. Now here, in this question, you can see a graph, right? You can see a graph. and it shows the favorite subjects of the students, favorite subjects. And here in this graph, you can see 5 subjects: science, English, mathematics, history, and religion, right? So you can see the number of students on the top of the bars also, right? මේකේ bars උඩ ඔයගලන්ට මේ numbers කැමති ශිෂ්‍යයන්ගේ numbers ප්‍රමාණයක් දකින්න පුළුවන්. First one, you can see 10 students like science, 20 students like English, 12 students like mathematics, 12 students like history, and 8 students like religion, right? Now, uh, so the horizontal axis shows us the favorite subjects. Horizontal axis shows us the favorite subjects, and the vertical axis shows us the number of students. The vertical axis shows us the number of students, right? So now go through this table, right? Go through this table and complete these questions. Complete these questions. I will enable the chat so you can put the answers there. Right. Most of our students are sending answers to the chat. Right, very good. It's a pleasure to see that all our students actively engaging. Right. Thank you very much for your answers. Okay, let's discuss the answers now. I will disable the chat and let's discuss the answers. Right. All right. Let's go to the first question. The highest number of students like, the highest number of students like, වැඩිම සංඛ්‍යාවක් ශිෂ්‍යෝ කැමති, highest or the maximum number of students, or the most number of students like, right? වැඩිම සංඛ්‍යාවක් ශිෂ්‍යෝ. So according to this bar graph, we can see 20 students like English, right? That is the most number of students. That is the most favorite subject according to this bar graph. So the first answer is English. The highest number of students like English. And second one, the least number of students like, the least number of students like, aduma sankhyawa, or minimum number, right? Minimum. According to this bar graph, we can see 8 students like religion, right? It is the least number. It is the least number. So the second answer is religion. The least number of students like religion. And third one, blank students like English. Blank students like English. So we can see the number. There are 20 students like English. So we know that the answer is for the third one, 20 students like English. 20 students like English. Right, next one, equal number of students like. In a previous bar graph, we identified the equal number. Saman සංඛ්‍යාවක් ශිෂ්‍යෝ කැමති විෂයන් දෙක, right? There are two subjects. They are mathematics and history. They are mathematics and history, right? Equal number of students like. සමාන සංඛ්‍යාවක් ශිෂ්‍යෝ කැමති. Next one, students like blank more than mathematics. Students like blank, right? බලමු. More than mathematics. වඩා වැඩියෙන්. ගණිතයට වඩා වැඩියෙන් කැමති විෂය, right? Mathematics වලට වඩා වැඩියෙන් කැමති විෂයක් තියෙන්නේ English, right? ඉංග්‍රීසි වල තමයි ගණන් වලට වඩා වැඩියෙන්ම කැමති. So the answer is English. Students like English more than mathematics. Students like English more than mathematics. Next one, students like blank less than science. Less than වඩා අඩුවෙන්. Now විද්‍යාවට වඩා අඩුවෙන් කැමති විෂයක් තියෙන්නේ. 10 students like science and less number is 8. So the subject is religion, right? Students like religion less than science. Science වලට වඩා අඩුවෙන් තමයි ශිෂ්‍යෝ religion වලට කැමති, ආගමට කැමති. Right. So this is how we can answer to the questions by using a graph description, a graph representation, right? So a graph එකක් බලලා answers ලියන්නේ අපි මේ විදිහට graph එක parts identify කරගත්තා. කොහොමද ඒක represent කරන්නේ data, right? Axes මොනවද? Horizontal axis, vertical axis. And now we answered some questions by using the details of a graph, right? Okay, let's go to another question, another activity, right? Here also, right, you have to use the pictures, picture clues. Complete the blanks of this story in the story by using the picture clues, right? Here, you should use the pictures to write the answer, right? That's a small story, and you have to use the pictures given close to the blank and write the correct word for the picture in the blank. මේ ස්ටෝරි එක කියවගෙන යන ගමන් ඕගොල්ලෝ මේ පින්තූරයට අදාළ වචනේ හිස්තැනේ ලියයි තියෙන්නේ, right? The story is Jack and the deer. Jack and the deer, right? Please do the activity. Again, I will enable the chat to send your answers. Now you can send the answers. A beautiful story, small story, very simple one, and you will be able to do it quickly. Right, these activities are very important because in O-level paper also we can find this kind of questions, right? In your O-level paper also there are some questions like the questions that we did. So these are very important. Please do them. Right. Let's discuss the answers. This is a small activity. Uh, let's go to the question. Right. Once upon a time, there was a poor woodcutter called Jack. Once upon a time, there was a poor woodcutter called Jack. බොහෝ ඉහත කාලයකට පෙර හිටියා දුප්පත් දර කපන්නෙක් Jack කියලා. Right. One day he went to the දවසක් මෙයා ගියා. So we can see a picture of a jungle or a forest. So the first answer, we can take jungle and the forest also correct, right? Forest also correct. Both answers are correct. Jungle or forest. To cut trees, ගස් කපන්න ගියේ මෙයා. He wanted to collect lot of firewood. එයාට ගොඩාක් දර එකතු කරගන්න අවශ්‍ය වුණා. So he went deep into the jungle. එයා කැලේ ඇතුළටම ගියා. He collected some firewood and felt tired. එයා දර ටික එකතු කරගත්තා. එයාට මහන්සි දැනුණා. He came to a blank. එයා ආවා. So we can see a picture of a river, right? මෙයා ආවේ මොකක් ළඟටද? He came to a river. ගඟක් ළඟට ආවා. He came to a river. Jack drank enough water. Jack ඇතිවෙන්න වතුර බිව්වා because he was tired. Suddenly he heard a loud sound. එකපාර මෙයාට ලොකු සද්දයක් ඇහුණා. He looked around. එයා වටපිට බැලුවා. He saw a small. එයා දැක්ක පොඩි කවුද? You can see a picture of a deer, right? He saw a deer caught in a trap. උගුලකට අහු වෙලා හිටපු මුවෙක්ව දැක්කා. He helped it to escape from the trap. Escape ලා කියන්නේ පැන යනවා, right? Escape කියන්නේ පැනලා යනවා. He helped it to escape from the trap. එයා උදව් කරා මුවාට මේ උගුලෙන් ගැලවිලා යන්න. They became friends. ඒගොල්ලෝ යාළු වුණා. The woodcutter went to collect more firewood. Woodcutter ගියා තව ටිකක් දර එකතු කරගන්න. Then he saw a beautiful waterfall. You can see a picture of a waterfall. So the answer is waterfall. Then he saw a beautiful waterfall. He collected a lot of firewood. එයා ගොඩාක් දර එකතු කරගත්තා. He turned to came back. He turned to come back. එයා නැවත එන්න හැරුණා, right? But he forgot the road or missed the road. නමුත් එයාට පාර හොයාගන්න බැරි වුණා, right? He cried. එයා ඇඬුවා because now he's in the jungle. He wants to go home. Suddenly he saw his animal friend. එකපාර මෙයා දැක්ක මෙයාගේ යාළුවා deer, right? It helped Jack to find the road to the village, right? His animal friend, the deer, helped him to find the road to the village. එයාගේ යාළුවා deer මුවා එයාට උදව් කරා ගමට එන්න. Right. Okay, this is the story, a simple story. And now let's move to the next activity. And another story is there, right? Another story is there. This is a famous story that you have heard many times. ඔගොල්ලෝ අහලා තියෙන story එක. Rearrange the story by looking at the pictures and put the correct number in the correct column, right? එතකොට මේ පින්තූරේ තියෙන්නේ ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ මේ story එකේ පිළිවෙලට, right? So you have to match the correct description according to the picture. පළවෙනි පින්තූරට ගැලපෙන description එක විස්තරේ පළවෙනි step එක මොකද්ද මේ කතන්දරේ එන්න ඕන කියලා ඔයගොල්ලෝ අංක ටික දාන්නයි තියෙන්නේ. හරි? Very simple activity. Please tell me the answers quickly. Put to the chat. You can send the answers to the chat. This is a famous story, The Hat Seller and the Monkeys. right? We can see your answers. This is a small story. Thank you very much for your answers. Right, let's go to the answers. Uh, I think time is enough for you. Right. Uh, I will disable the chat and let's go to the answers. Right. Okay. First one, here we can see uh, in the first picture, the hat seller is sleeping under a tree and monkeys are on the tree. So the first one, when we can select the first description, first part, we can see the third one. Once upon a time, a capsuler was walking through a forest to a village. බොහෝ කාලයකට පෙර capsuler කෙනෙක් was walking through a forest to a village. ගමකට යමින් හිටියා කැලයක් හරහා. It was a very warm day and he laid down under a tree and slept for some time. එක ටිකක් රස්නේ දවසක් මෙයාට මහන්සි හින්දා මෙයා ගහක් යට ඇලවෙලා පොඩ්ඩක් නිදාගත්තා. Right? Picture. So this is the first part. This is the first part. The next one, second picture, right? Second description, we can see when he was sleeping, several monkeys came down the tree and pick up the caps and climb back up the trees, right? There were monkeys on the tree and they came down and got the caps. ඒගොල්ලෝ පල්ලෙහාට caps ටික ගත්තා, right? The cap seller was surprised to find the monkeys all using his caps when he woke up. එයා නැගිටලා බලද්දි caps ටික ඔක්කොම වඳුරු ටික දාගන්න. That is the second step of this story, right? Next one, he picked up a few stones and threw them at the monkeys. එයා ගල් ටිකක් අරන් ගැහුවා වඳුරන්ට. The monkeys threw the fruits they had in their hands at the capsuler. ඒගොල්ලෝ මොකද කරේ? අතේ තිබ්බ පළතුරු වලින් ගැහුවා capsuleට. He thought for a while and he took off his cap he was wearing and threw it. එයා මොකද කරේ? එයා දාගෙන හිටපු cap පොඩ්ඩක් කල්පනා කරලා cap එක දාගෙන හිටපු cap එක ගලවලා විසි කරා. The monkeys also threw all the caps on the ground. මේක බලන් හිටපු වඳුරු මොකද කරේ? ඒගොල්ලෝ දාගෙන හිටපු caps ටික විසි කරා. Right? බිමට විසි කරා. So this is the third step. And the last one, the clever cap seller collected all the caps, filled them back in his traveling bag and moved away from that location. ටක් ගාලා මොකද කරේ? මෙයා අර caps ටික එකතු කරගෙන bag එකට දාගෙන එතනින් යන්න ගියා. Right? So it is the fourth one. It is the fourth step. Right? A very simple activity, very simple story. Right? Let's move to the last activity. Last activity අපි යමු. Right, here you can see a map. You can see a map and there's a dialogue, right? It says, Hashani says, "Hi Sita, you look so happy today." අද ඔයා ගොඩක් සතුටෙන් වගේ. And Sita says, "Yes, we bought a new house." අපි අලුත් ගෙයක් ගත්තා. "You must also visit my new house." ඔයත් මගේ ගෙදරට එන්න ඕනේ. අලුත් ගෙදරට එන්න ඕනේ. Then Hashani says, "Really, where is it?" ඒක කොහෙද තියෙන්නේ? And now Sita is telling the road, the way to her new house. And so you have to go through this map, right? Go through this map and you have to complete these blanks using these words given. ඔයගොල්ලෝ මොකද්ද කරන්න තියෙන්නේ? මේ දීලා තියෙන වචන ටික use කරලා මේ blanks ටික fill කරන්න ඕනේ. blanks ටික fill කරන්න ඕනේ. හරි. Take 2-3 minutes and do it. I will enable the chat, then you can put the answers there. Right. Write the answers. Go through the map and select the correct answer. Just write the answer there. Right. Let's discuss the answers. Let's discuss the answers. Right. Right. Let's go to the dialogue now. And you can see some buildings here in this park. There's a park, bus stand, cinema, post office, then library, school, paddy field, cafe, hospital, right? Uh, right. Uh, then Hashani has to start her journey from the bus stand. And right, let's look how she can find the road. Sita says, well, you have to turn left from the bus stand. You have to turn left from the bus stand and blank to the school lane, right? Turn left from the bus stand, this part, right? Turn left from the bus stand and blank to the school lane. Blank, this one, school, this is the school lane. So we can see she has to turn right there. So the first answer, turn right, right? You have to turn right to the school lane. Then you must blank at the school lane, right? You must blank at the school lane. Walk ahead. ඉස්සරහට දිගටම ඇවිදගෙන යන්න ඕන school lane එකේ, right? Then you must walk ahead at the school lane. Walk ahead. ඉදිරියට ඇවිදගෙන යන්න ඕන. Third one, Hashani says, should I blank at the cinema, right? Question එකක් තියෙනවා. Should I blank at the cinema, right? මම cinema එක ගාවින් මොකද්ද කරන්න තියෙන්නේ? Third answer, right? Should I walk past the cinema? මම cinema එක pass කරන් යන්න ඕනද? cinema ශාලාව pass කරන් යන්න ඕනද? And Sita says, of course, you have to walk up until you see the paddy fields. Paddy fields හම්බෙනකම් ඇවිදගෙන යන්න ඕන, right? This is the paddy field. ඒතර මේක හම්බෙනකම් ඇවිදගෙන යන්න ඕන. Then you will see some houses. එතකොට ඔයාලට පේනවා houses ටිකක්, ගෙවල් ටිකක්, right? These are the houses. My house is the third house. මගේ එක තමයි තුන්වෙනි ගේ, right? My house is the third house. Just blank the school. කොහොම තියෙන්නේ? Just opposite the school, right? Is called විරුද්ධව තියෙන නැත්නම් ඉස්සරහින් තියෙන විරුද්ධ පැත්තෙන් තියෙන එක තමයි is called විරුද්ධ පැත්තෙන් අනිත් පැත්තෙන් තියෙන ගේ තමයි මගේ ගේ, third ගේ, right? Or it's easy, I will visit on Friday, right? This is how Hashani can visit Sita's house, right? Okay, and we did several activities related to today's competency 5.1, and I think you have got something from this lesson today. If you have any problem or if you want to know something, please put into the chat box. I will enable chat again. And thank you very much for coming to the lesson today. We learned how we can use pictures to get the answers for the questions, how we can use the data from graphs to answer the questions. We learned the parts of a graph, and we learned some new words. And again, thank you very much for coming to the lesson today. Please subscribe our YouTube channel and please attend to the lessons every day. Thank you very much for your comments and your answers, your active participation. If you have any problem or any questions, please put in the chat box. I will give you another 2 minutes before wind up the lesson. Right, it seems that you don't have any questions. Right, thank you very much. Let's see, let's meet another day. Until then, goodbye and stay safe. Right, thank you very much.